friends, I have 3 palettes today. We're going to be doing a new video featuring Lethal Cosmetics. I want to do 3 looks with 3 palettes. I already started this side for TikTok, so we're going to be doing this side over here for you guys. And today we're using the Conjuring palette. I also have the SpongeBob and the Dexter, which you guys will see in the next looks. We're going to do them all in one video, so you don't have to wait for separate video uploads. And today's video is on the Conjuring palette. Here's what she looks like. And we're going to start off using this shade up here called Occult. And we're going to take that on a small brush. I'm jumping right on into it, y'all. No, sorry, she's called Conduit. That's her name, Conduit. Taking her on my outer corner, and I'm just stamping this in. I used P. Louise for my eye base today. Rumor 2. Making sure I get that pigment built up where I want it on this outer corner. And then I'm also going to take and bring this shade all the way around to my inner corner. Okay, we're going to go in with a slightly fluffier brush now. Well, I say slightly, but it's much fluffier, like this. I'm not putting any new pigment on here yet. I'm just swirling around those edges. Now I'm going to go in and take the shades Oppression, which is a shade, and Infestation, the shade above it. I'm going to mix them and further start blending this out. Be very light-handed. Would not recommend going in with a heavy hand, just because you don't really want to, you don't want to make it too harsh too soon. I'm using very small circular motions. Here I'm wanting to take it up towards my brow bone. You kind of see that shadow it's got going. And then over here, I'm going to take and just flick it up to start winging it out a little bit. But otherwise, I'm staying kind of half on that shade, half on the base. Flick, 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 flick. Over and over, over and over. And then, using the same brush, I'm going to take this very pale pink down here called Holy Light. And we're going to blend all the way up towards our brow bone with this shade. I think it kind of helps marry those shades together. It brings a bit of brightness back to the look. I want to do that a little more over here as well. Okay, I'm going to do a half cut crease. If you don't know how to do that, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to do a little tutorial. I'm going to do a half cut crease and I'll be right back. I really did that so fast. I do not play when it comes to my half cut creases. I'm going to take a fluffy brush. You can already see where I've had some pigment on it. I'm going to be taking this very bright blue down here called Occult Museum. Occult Museum. I'm going to pack it on one side of the brush. And we're just going to tap over the eye base here to set it in place. And this is our shade we're using. It's very pretty. I do feel like every shade in here complements each other. So I don't feel like there's a shade you can use that's not going to go well with your look, because they all do go very well together, I feel like. And then I'm going to grab a smaller brush, kind of like so, and go into the shade above that called Demonology. It's a bit of like a murky teal shade. And I'm going to take and blend this one between that bright blue and that purple on our outer corner. Let's grab a pigment, or a shimmer, sorry. I'm losing my mind. We have so many. I feel like I'm gonna take Clairvoyant. Clairvoyant is this shade up here. Very pretty. It's got holographic shimmer in there. You just swatch her. Holy cow. The camera don't even want to pick it up. Yeah, we need to go into that. Maybe just like here in the center. Over the entire lid. I couldn't stop myself. Gorge. Yeah, I'm going to go do that on the other side for TikTok, and then I'm going to finish my face, and we will be back for finished look number 1. But that really just amplified the look number 1. I took the deepest blue in here called Evil's Whisper up top and did a wing and lined my lower lash line with that. Blended it out with Demonology and Occult Museum, those 2 lighter blues down there. And then put Occult Museum, the lightest blue, on my inner corners. finished the look, and here's finished look number 1. I think next we'll do the SpongeBob palette for a little bit of fun color. Hello friends, we are gathered here for look number 2 on this 3 looks 3 palette video, and today we're going to be using the Lethal Cosmetics brand new SpongeBob Search for SquarePants shadow palette. And she's a bit more fun, a bit more colorful. This is what she looks like. Very vibrant, very fun, very blue based. I love that we have like 2 rows of blue here, and then the rest are just really fun. I was going to do a look based off of another creator's look I saw. Her name's Erin. She's on TikTok. She's great. But I really just feel like playing and seeing where the nautical nonsense takes me today. So let's just do that, shall we? I'm going to grab what I need. My brows are done. My eyes are primed. I used P. Louise Rumor 4 today. A bit of a darker base than Rumor 2 we used yesterday. I don't know what I want to do, but I really want to have fun with it. So I'm going to grab some brushes and I'll be right back while I kind of gather my thoughts. I am sipping on an Olipop today and snacking on a pina colada coated fruit by the foot that I got in a pickle kit. Again, for the tropical vibes. Just begin. I am going on a whim here. I'm going to first off blend out these creases in my eye base, because what do we not want to do? We don't want to set those. It will permanently stay on your eyeshadow. Don't do it. I'm gonna do one eye on camera, one eye off camera to make it quicker. I'm not gonna go film for TikTok. I don't think I might. I don't know. Let's start with this shade over here called Dark Magic. It's the darkest shade in the palette, it appears to be. It's a really deep, deep blue. It's very pretty. Whoa, holy pigment. Wow. Wow. Keep that super close to the lash line, because holy crap. She's dark and she is pigmented. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is stunning. Alright, we're going to keep that really close to our lash line. I don't even need to pack it up a lot, because holy pigment, she don't need a lot. I have a hair somewhere on me and it keeps touching my arm, and it's going to like make me scream in a minute. I think that might be the most... Don't do it, girl. I was really about to do it. Most pigmented shadow I've ever used. I've really been liking the half cut creases lately. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, I think I want to do a half cut crease. So I'm going to leave that there, okay? Cleaning off my brush. I'm going to use the same brush, I think. This shouldn't have much pigment on it, because I'm using a little brush cleaner here. Same brush. I think I'm going to go into Crab's Bob, the corner here, the brighter blue. It's more of like a true blue. And take that right on top of there and start bringing it to the inner corner. I'm only going to go about 3/4 though. I want to leave that blank because I'm going to put a different shade there. I think buffing those two together at the edge right here. It's not really working. Alright, let me take a different brush. I'm going to go in now with the shade Big Guy. This shade right here. Big Guy. And I want to pop that the rest of the way in. That's really pretty. Alright, now is where we're going to kind of work on blending everything out. I don't really want to use another shade for this blue over here. I kind of want to just buff this out as it is. I have a plan. I don't know how well it is, but I have a plan. But I want to go in and blend the green at the front out with Bubble Blower. It's such a cool shade. Very pretty. Very vibrant. Very, very vibrant. And I might be able to get away with kind of blending the whole thing out with this shade. Let's see. Most of the blending is going on up front. I feel like this back half just isn't blended quite as much. I'm blending everything. Oh, how beautiful. I'm gonna go back in with a bit of Crab's Bob and a bit of Bubble Blower. Mixing those two. Here we go. To really buff this out over here. Holy crap. Holy blending. She's doing a good job. I'm grabbing a unused, clean, I guess. I was trying to think of the word to use. Clean brush. Just buffing these edges out. Now we're gonna go back in and re-darken everything. So going back in with Dark Magic on the end over here. Really deepening the edge. Same brush. Crab's Bob. And just packing that on the outer crease again. We lost a bristle. And we're gonna blend. Oh, that is gorgeous. Actually, yeah, loving that. Loving it. Clean blending brush. Really want to blend this middle part up here. Alright, I'm going to go cut my crease. Half cut crease, nothing special. It can be done pretty quick. And then I'm going to come right back and we're going to do something crazy, I think. Half cut crease is done. I want to go in with the matte yellow on my lid. That's what I want to do. She is called String Cheese. What a great name. It is so pretty. Yep, that's what I want to go all over my lid. And my palette is just sliding all over my lap. Whoa! These are so pigmented. Actually crazy. Yeah, I love that. Really want to see just how she builds up though. Like how intense can we get this yellow without it looking patchy? You know, sometimes I feel like yellows go really patchy really quick. It's hard to get a good yellow, but this one I feel like is doing a really good job. Tell me it's not giving SpongeBob. I feel like it's giving SpongeBob. It's so pretty. Okay, I do want to add some shimmer. I feel like shimmer's the fun part. We need to add some shimmer. She needs something, right? Right? Given we might add some on the bottom. I want to start out, I think, with Underworld. This really cool kind of duochrome you see. It's all like purple and then green. If you look in the mirror up there, it's purple. That's magic. I'm going to take that on my finger. Yeah, that's pure magic. And just stick that kind of in the middle of the lid. That goes with that deepest shade really well. I feel like they kind of just melt. Okay. And I do know what other shimmer I want to take for the rest of our lid. The shade Ghost Pirate. Kind of looks like a green, but when I swatched it yesterday, it did come off as gold. I want to put that on just over the yellow. Yeah. Gorge. I'm going to do my other eye for TikTok, I think. And then we'll come back and we'll do the lower lash line. That's what we need to do. So I will be right back to get our lower lash line done. I did just pop a NYX Epic Wear liner in my waterline. I think it's called Blue Ink. It's very pretty. I do want to start out with that shade Dark Magic, I think, and kind of just run that all down there. And take it on a teeny tiny brush. And kind of tap it off. And yeah, I'm covering up some of that eyeliner, but that's okay. I'm only going to take it about 3/4 of the way, and I am connecting it to my eyeshadow up top. It's very pretty. I really like the blues in this palette. Blue's my favorite color. I'm never not going to like blues, but the ones in this palette are really pretty. I think I found yesterday's palette so smoky, it's a relief to play with something bright and fun. But yesterday's look was just so good. this looks gonna be too, and I cannot wait to see what we do with the Dexter palette. That's gonna be so good. Some reds to really give like a big bang to the end of the video and add some fire to it, add some heat. I think it'll be fun. All right, now I want to take the shade Crab's Bob, that mid-tone blue is what I'm gonna call it, and really just blend that out, bringing that one further in the inner corner. It's a really pretty shade too. This kind of blue is like my favorite color blue, like a deep, deep blue. I do feel like I need a bit of a bigger brush though. I'm just gonna go into this little blending brush we were using earlier. Tap, tap, tap. We're really getting there. Ooh, very pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go into the bit of Bubble Blower, the bright teal shade. Same brush. Mainly blending that on the outer corner. See how that just really married it to the top? That was what I wanted. It's just gorgeous. They all blend so well together. And this one, much like yesterday's palette I said, I don't feel like there's a shade in here you could use that doesn't complement the others. They all go very well together. I really think they're fun. It's a fun palette. Let's take Bubble Blower. I know yesterday we did that fun inner corner. Kind of want to do that today too. Yeah. Let's just add that. Did that kind of ruin it? I don't know. Be very light-handed with it, like, so I don't ruin the look, because that's my fear, is that that's gonna destroy the look, and I don't want to do that. Blending, blending, blending. I don't feel like it did. Let's take some shimmer. Let's do some shimmer. Something right here. Let's go into Garylicious. Pretty pretty. Bit on the lighter side. Let's just put that all down there. It's picking up okay on the brush. It's just not coming off as like too pigmented. Going into my finger just to see if I can do a little bit more. And yeah, it comes off a lot better on your finger. I was afraid I was gonna jab myself in the eye, and I did a little bit with my nail. All right, let's go into Swashbuckler. This other blue down here, it's a bit deeper. Man, I just dug my brush into that duochrome down there. Swashbuckler. That picks up on the brush much better. Yep, just running that shimmer along those mats we placed down there. It's very pretty. Man, I love blues. They're just so fun. Same brush. I want to take the shade 36 Clams, which is this kind of white to blue duochrome down here. It's picking up pretty good on the brush too. I don't know. Where do I want to take that? Brow bone maybe? Yeah, brow bone. It almost looks wet. That's crazy. This little brush picked up a lot of that shimmer. Like a lot. I really like that because it kind of like looks wet when the light hits it. It's gorgeous. All right, I'm going to do our finishing touches and be back with the finished look. I just think this is so much fun. I'm loving this already. Look number 2, using the Lethal Cosmetics SpongeBob palette. I am so excited for look number 3. I'm almost tempted to go take this makeup off right now just to film it, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna wait. I will see you guys I don't know when, y'all, because I got a busy rest of the week filming this. Tomorrow I have training at my new job. Wednesday I have training at my new job. Thursday I have online training for my job, but I will be home. I have training from 8 to 4. I have to do it on the computer. I could do it Friday possibly, or maybe even tomorrow night or Wednesday night. We'll see. I'm hoping soon though, so I'll see you guys when we do look number 3. I'm so excited to finish off this episode with the Dexter palette. It's gonna be a good one. Hey friends, I am back for our final look. It's very exciting. We're gonna be playing with the Dexter palette. Yeah, I kind of thought I'd want to play with the reds, but listen, I'm going out to dinner with my boyfriend and a few other couples possibly. So I'm thinking I kind of want to play with these and do like a more smoky look. Maybe I swatched this one. It's like white with red speckles and it turns out to be the most beautiful pink ever. So I thought we might just play with like this half. Maybe dive into a couple of the reds, but I mainly want to stick to the smokies. So I think I'm actually going to start out with this shade right here. It's a very deep kind of bluey shade called Miguel, and I'm going to take that on a fluffy brush. Let me grab one really quick. Just going to take and pop that on my outer. I did prime my eyes today. I just used a concealer. I actually used this LA Colors Conceal It All. It's the same thing I use to cut my crease most of the time. It's actually a really good concealer, and I think I got that from Five Below. That's crazy. This is a really pretty shade, by the way. If you want to do a good smoky eye, this is a good one to do it with. I'm just going to do this eye, and then I'll do the other one off camera. And I'm going to take and pop that on the inner corner, too, I think. I am having some dry spots on my skin lately, as well as some breakout, because it is Shark Week. If you know, you know. Yeah. I don't really have any other skin concerns. I'm just breakout. What is that? Like, where did you come from, friend? And then the inner corners of my eyes have been super dry, but other than that, everything is well. I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out. I did set my eyes today with powder before I went in with this, because I did, you know, use a concealer instead of an eye primer. So I did set them. There's like some makeup on my screen. Anyways. I was gonna do pinks and reds and I was really excited. However, I was like, yee, I'm going to eat. I might not want to do that. Let's kind of give it that winged out look. Yeah, I really like that shade. It's really pretty smoky blue shade. Okay, let's go in with the shade beside that called Lila or Lila. This shade right here. It's kind of a light smoky mauve. This is what it looks like. I'm going to go into the very fluffy brush. She's a little dirty, but that's okay. I'm going to kind of use this shade to blend that into my crease. If you can't tell by that shape, we're going to kind of do a halo eye. So keeping matte on my inner corner, outer corner, crease, bringing it out, and then we will pop a shimmer in the middle instead of doing like a half cut crease or a full cut crease. Taking a little bit more of that. I'm finding these mattes to be very easy to blend out, which is a pleasant surprise. I kind of knew the shimmers were going to be the standouts, you know, when they have so many multi-chromes and duochromes and palettes and really pretty metallics. That's usually, you know, what stands out, but these mattes are really nice. The only one I've had an issue with, honestly, was in that first palette, the contouring palette. That purple was a bit hard panned, like it was a bit hard pressed in there, and a bit more difficult to build up than other mattes I've played with in these palettes, but I do think that's a good thing. Let me show y'all the shade I'm talking about. The shade up here called Conduit. I do think that's a good thing when it comes to deeper shades like that, because they're so easy to go overboard with, you know? I'm going to get this done on this eye. I do think before I do that, I do want to go into this deepest shade called Doomsday over here and just deepen up my outer corner especially. Let me grab a teeny tiny fluffy brush, okay? Take a little bit of Doomsday, not much again because I don't know how pigmented she's gonna be, and really just keep that on my lash line. If I get it in that kind of blank space here, that's completely okay. I did just go over it anyway, but I don't care. Again, that's gonna be covered up with a shimmer. Yeah, let me get this done on my other eye. I will be right back. I think they're about as even as they're gonna get. We're gonna take the shade Deborah. Again, I don't know nothing about Dexter. This is Deborah. Very beautiful. Ooh, very pretty. She's dark, okay? We're gonna pop that in the middle. Oh, she's dark, but she's gorgeous. And what I like about this is it's like a very dark shade, but it still has that red shimmer. It's kind of magical, actually. Gorgeous. Yep, so we're just taking that in the center of our lid. Ooh, I love that. So much. I usually don't like halo eyes, I'll be very honest with you. I just don't feel like they fit my eye shape well. That's how I felt in the past, but doing them the past few weeks, I've kind of gotten more used to them. I think that they actually are very pretty if done correctly. I think that was the issue, is I just wasn't doing them right. I don't know. I really don't know, but I do, like I said, I am enjoying them more lately, so I think that's a good thing. I'm just gonna take this brush and kind of tap out these edges of the shimmer. It's another thing is sometimes the harsh edges on the shimmer I feel like will turn me away from a halo eye. All right, what do I want to do now? Because I can't be done there, right? Like, I feel like I have to do something else. Take a little bit of ITK, maybe, just a little bit. Ooh, I like that one too. And kind of pop it on top for a little extra oomph. Not much of it, just a little bit, right? God, that is so pretty. That's a pretty shade. I like that one. All right, I'm gonna finish my face. I do want to take a few more shades, of course, work on the bottom lash line, so we'll do that when I'm back. Then I kind of want to take one of the reds and just do something fun with it. I don't know if we'll pop it on our lower lash line or what, but we will be back when I have everything else finished. I'm back. I had to try out a few new things for TikTok. Got my face did. I do need to do powder, blush, bronzer, setting spray, things like that, because I already did my creams and I just set my face with powder. But let's go ahead and jump into our under eyes because I'm so excited. I don't know what I want to do, and I think that's so fun when I just go into it without a plan. I feel like those are always the looks that turn out the best. So we'll grab a couple brushes I might need. All my brushes are dirty. I really need to clean them. I've just, you know, I've been procrastinating a little bit on that. It's never a good thing, but it's happening, so there's that. This is a good one. All right, get a little angled, or not really angled, domed. That's the word I'm looking for, brush. I'm gonna go into Miguel. It's that first shade we started out with, and I'm gonna run that just halfway. No, actually, I'm kind of stopping right there. Yeah, but it's a good stopping point. Same thing over here. So if you've watched all the way through so far, just based off of color stories or looks we've done, which is your favorite of the 3 palettes? I think so far mine is the Conjuring palette, only because I've had such a good time playing with that palette. It was so fun. That look was honestly my favorite I've done in a while. I'm gonna go in with Lila, which was the shade that we used to blend this one out with up top, and I'm gonna take Lila, or Lila, I don't know, all the way across. But the Conjuring palette, there was just something so special about those colors. It's absolutely stunning. I have no words. I loved it. So I think that is my favorite. But I do love the reds in here. I do love how fun this palette is. This palette is very fun. Should be a good Valentine's Day palette too if you're looking for one. And further blending that Lila shade out. Maybe I need to watch Dexter. I don't know. Let's take a shimmer down here. The same one we took up top, maybe? Deborah? The darker shade with that red shimmer? Are we feeling it? What are we feeling? I'm kind of feeling that. Alright, this is the perfect brush for this little flat detailer brush. Literally just ran it across there. Look at that! You probably want to spray her, okay? Because if not, you might get a little fallout. I'm just willing to bet. Spray her a couple times. Oh, that burns. That burns. Oh, wow. Oh, that is so pretty though. Why does it burn? Ooh. Okay. And I'm gonna keep going in with more because I have no self-control. This is just such a pretty shade. There's just something about it. I love it. It's so unique. I genuinely don't think I have anything else like it. Something get out of my eye. In my collection. It's so gorgeous. So, so gorgeous. And again, I just want to buff the edges out. I don't want any harsh lines. That is the one thing I do not want. Let's add a black liner, shall we? This one is from Makeup Forever. It's just a black one. It's their Aqua Resist Color Pencil. Oh, she does have a sharpener. I was like, does she have a sharpener? Because she's kind of getting a little lopsided there. Let's just pop it in my waterline. That might not have been the best idea. Only because the look is so light smoky. It's not like dark smoky. I actually don't love that, but there's no turning back now. Alright. Yeah, I don't love that, but that's okay. That is okay. I'll take a clean Q-tip here. I don't know why, but I love blending my waterline out with a Q-tip instead of a brush. I don't know, I feel like it makes it look a bit more seamless. I don't know if the material of this Q-tip just does better than a brush or what, but that's just my preference, okay? Oh, my eyes are so dry. I can feel them cracking. Alright, so I need a teeny tiny brush. This one's dirty. Ugh. I'm gonna take Doomsday, that darkest shade in the palette, and blend out this black. It needs something. I feel like the black kind of ruined it for me, but I think it will come together in the end. I just have faith it will. And then I'm gonna go back in with the shimmer because I must. The good thing about this being so smoky, if you have like dark circles, creases under your eyes like I tend to get, it will hide them. That's the good thing. All right, I'm going to, that's a dirty brush. That's definitely a dirty brush. Let's put something on our inner corner. What do I want to put? I think I want to take ITK, that silver kind of shade, and put that on our inner corner. Yeah, we need something. Ooh, that was the right move. That's gorgeous. That is so pretty. I love it. And then I want to take Trinity, which is the kind of blood splatter shade, and put it down here to kind of marry those two shades together. I really like this shade. Oh yeah, that was the right move. All right, I'm gonna finish my face. I don't know if I'm gonna do a wing or not, but it would definitely be with like an actual liquid liner. If I do, it won't be with a shade from that palette or anything. I didn't incorporate any of the reds just because I really like the look as it is, but I'm going to finish the look and we will be back with final look number 3. I am actually really excited to kind of put these to the side and move to other things because I have so many new palettes that I want to play with. I have enjoyed these, but I think it's time to kind of set them aside and play with some other things that I'm comfortable with for a while before I step back into the newness. But I am really glad we did this because this was a fun video. You guys, this is the finished look. I absolutely love it. I'm obsessed. I do think it turned out really pretty actually. Wasn't really sure at first, but I feel like it all came together in the end. I really feel like that's what you need, is just some time. You gotta let yourself finish the look, you know? And that's what I did, and I absolutely love it. I really do want to play with the reds next. But I do think, like I said, I'm going to kind of put these to the side and let myself play with some familiar things to me. And then I definitely want to come back to her for the reds because they're so beautiful. And when I swatched them, it was honestly incredible. They're so soft. They're very pigmented. Very excited to play with the reds, but very excited to get back to what I know as well. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.